Alright, I just want to do a quick video. It's at the end of trading. It's about 4 o'clock Central Standard Times. The market closes at 3 Central Standard Times. Anyway, it looks like we're still doing really good. The price of TQQQ closed at 180.42, which is right where we need to be. But we need to be there 2 days from now, so there or higher is fine. If you'll note here, I only got 278. I have to go back and look. 286. Anyway, whatever I posted. So a little bit under $3. I think I got 275 for one and 286 for the other one. So let's say 286. And it looks like the option is still trading at like $3. So it's trading higher than what I bought it for. But I'm okay with that. But you could still buy the option at $3 now, and we got 2 days to go. I think, yeah, we got 2 days to go. So it doesn't make much sense to me that these premiums stay pretty high. But maybe when I bought it, the actual price of the stock was down a little bit. So what is it? If it's $3, then they're basically giving you $2.50 for 2 days. So that really adds up. If you pick those up. So if you got some extra cash, or if you have to pretty much hold this if you want to do a cover call. But you can also do puts. Let's see what the puts are. So if we looked at the puts for 180, they're trading right about the same thing. So they're trading at last price was 305, bid 2. So you probably get it for 290, 290 maybe $3. So I guess these premiums are still pretty decent. This is a triple, of course, so you'll take that into consideration. But it's up, 53 cents for the day. But if you notice, the Nasdaq was down almost 50 points, 49.20, and the Dow was down 68. So if we go over here, it looks like in the morning this thing went up to 183.40. And then it went all the way down to 178.81. So it sounds like we're in a pretty good range for what we're doing, because after 180 we don't make any money because we already sold the call. And then it looks like it's up a little bit after hours, but I'd rather take a little bit of insurance and get essentially get $3, $2.50. So let's say we got $2 and something for 2 days, but then we have $2 of downside protection also. So that's the beauty of buying like that, because you go ahead and get your premium. Now if this ends up at 185 on Thursday, the close on Thursday, then we could have done better if we did that. So I guess it's here to there. Depends on how you want to do it. But these weeklies, if you pick up a little bit of premium every week, it really starts adding up. So if you just do, if you do 1% a week, that's 52% for the year, right? If you do 2%, it's, you got to double. So, and if you do 0.5%, you're still looking at 26%. So, I think this is a good way to play for a lot of people that want to stay more safe, or if you're trying to generate income. If you're trying to generate income, it's a little bit easier to do that. Now, another strategy is just to buy the TQQQ or TCL. I like to look at TCL too. It was down today though. It's kind of weird that sometimes these go in tandem and sometimes they don't. But if you look at these, if you look at these two for the year, so if you look at the one, if you look at the year-to-date chart, So TCL's done. Let me back up here a little bit. So I'm not looking at this. I'm looking at my screen, not my camera. So if you look here, you got TCL for year to date is up 67.25%. And for the year, TQQQ is up 107%. So if you would have just held TQQQ for the whole year, which I didn't, you would have got a double. And so let's all kick ourselves. We should have just, it might be better just to buy and hold these guys because they've done fantastic. Let's look at the 2-year chart. So you look at the 2-year chart, they're both at about, so almost 400%. So 400% is what, 5x. So you're at 5x. So 5x over 2 years. So that means you put $200,000 in, you're a millionaire. So, and $200,000 is not a ton of money nowadays. I mean, well, it depends on if you got it or not. If you don't have it, it's a lot of, I mean, might as well be $1 million, right? But look at this. Look at what the 5-year is. 5-year. One of them is 9.5 times. So the TQQQ, poor bastard's only at 9.5 times in 5 years. I mean, that's spectacular, right? And then TCL, which is what I traded, you know, what I played last year, and I got like 140% out of it. I traded in and out of it. I'd done better if I'd have just bought and hold it. You might do better buying and holding these things. So, but TCL's up for 5 years is up 11 times, 11x. So that's 1,000% right there. So let's look at this. Let's look at this if we just change the date range to 10 to 20, and this will give us the 10-year. So the 10-year for TQQQ is 66x for 10 years. 66x. So what does 66x mean? So if you were to do, let's look at this. If you were to do, what would you have to do to get $1 million? Because that's really what I'm trying to do. You'd have to put $15,000 in to get $1 million. So you put 15 grand in TQQQ and leave it in there for 10 years, you would have had $1 million. All right. Now let's look at this one. So this one's 40x. So 40x, we already know that that's going to be 25,000, right? Divided by 40. Yeah, 25,000. So 25,000. So, you know, if you have a portfolio at all, you know, it might be good to take 50 grand and put in each one of these and just leave it in there for 10 years and don't muck with it. And then trade with your other stuff. So if you've got, a lot of people have 100 grand in their 401k or whatever. If you leave the company or whatever, roll it over to an IRA, self-directed IRA, and do that. If you're just starting out and you don't have very much money at all, I think the best thing to do is, if they have matching, go ahead and do that at your company or whatever and take your match. But then with the rest of it, you might want to just do the 7,000 in a Roth IRA. That way you get to trade it on your own, and the Roth IRA, you have a lot more options with that. And then it's self-directed, and it's kind of outside your company and all that. There are some advantages to doing an IRA. I mean, a 401k. You can take a loan against it, but that kind of defeats the purpose. You can't really take a loan against the IRA. But if you take out a Roth, then you have more flexibility to take the money out later. If let's say you ended up with $1 million in a short period of time and you were only, 40 years old or something, then you could take it out earlier than at least what you put in there. Anyway, you can do your own research on that. But this is why I like these. I mean, I kind of think sometimes sometimes you might think, well, I'm kind of unlucky. This will never happen to me. Blah 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 blah. I mean, people think like that, right? But this is the way I think. If I kept TQQQ and I kept it for 10 years, it's not going to go up 66%. But is it going to go up 20 tons? Or 66 tons? Is it going to go up 20 tons? Have I got such bad luck that it's not going to go up 10 tons? So if I put $100,000 in TQQQ for 10 years, it's not going to go up and make $1 million. I got to think it's going to, either one of these. I got to think it's going to. So if you're not doing this, you might want to take a look at it and see. I mean, these charts just look spectacular. You also don't have single stock risk. You have a risk on the tech sector if you're in TCL. That's true. TQQQ, top 100 NASDAQ. But that's not the same as single stock risk. Like, let's say you did Tesla or whatever. Well, let's say that you found out that Elon Musk just got killed in a car accident. Well, the stock may never be the same because he's the person that's driving that company. So there you go.